Hi folks, and welcome to another episode of Rick Simon Fishing Adventures. Well, for this week's episode, I'm going to do an instructional video. Oftentimes, you see us out fishing for bass, and we just sort of assume that everybody knows what we're doing, but we're going to walk through a little bit about what I did on this episode today. It all started out, today's Tuesday. On Sunday, I was going to go fishing with my son Chase. As you know, Chase, he's my oldest son. He has a disability, and I was going to take him fishing near his house. And we went near his house, and the lake that was near his house is very, very shallow and unfishable. So Chase and I both decided we'd be better off going to another lake about 20 minutes from his house in a few weeks. However, with that being said, I had some night crawlers that I had to get rid of. And, I could have thrown them in the yard, but I wanted to go out and have some fun with them. So I decided to do some fishing. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about what I did right now. So folks, let me paint the scenario for you. If you have young children and you've been panfish fishing a lot, you've obviously used a bobber or something of that nature. And if you look at days, have you ever been out fishing when it's really, really bright outside and you look around and you say, oh man, I went to this pond 2 weeks ago and caught a bunch of sunfish. I'm gonna take my son here or my daughter, and I'm gonna catch a bunch of sunfish today. And you go there and it's really bright out and you don't catch anything, or you don't get as many bites as you suspect. A lot of times, folks, these panfish are controlled by brightness, not necessarily water temperature, but by brightness. Panfish, folks, when it's really bright out, they'll go deeper because they want to stay in a place where they can see the prey and attack the prey, but they don't want other prey to see them. So when it's really, really bright outside, they're going to go deeper. So a more effective use would be to use what's called a drop shot. And some of you probably know this and you've used it for different species, but you put a little weight or split shot on, and then you tie a hook a little bit further up. And this, what it does is it allows you to fish deeper, but you're not fishing off of the bottom. So your bait is suspended. And that has really, really good impact, particularly with panfish. And being that it was so bright during this episode, that's the strategy we took. So we hope you enjoy the episode, and we'll talk to you at the end of the show. Something's messing with my bait here. I'm using Nightcrawler today just to see. I'm trying to catch bullhead. I doubt I'm going to catch a bullhead in the middle of the day, but I had some Nightcrawlers that I was going to go fishing with Chase yesterday, and we went, but the place was so shallow that there weren't any fish there. So Chase and I both decided that we're going to go to a different lake that's about 20 minutes from his house not next weekend. Next weekend he's got Special Olympics, but the following week we're going to go to a different lake and try that. But here I'm going to try to catch this fish, whatever it is. It's probably a bluegill. That's my guess. You never know though. It might be biting like a bullhead. Still on there. There we go. Whatever it is I got. Bullhead. It's a bluegill. I could tell. See how it's going to the side there, folks? Yeah, that's a bluegill. Pretty positive. Yeah. Yep. We'll take him for now. Oh, we got a spider on there. Little bluegill. See you, buddy. There we go, folks. There's another one. This one might be something a little bit different. It's definitely not a bullhead. I don't think it's a bluegill, but if it might be just a big bluegill. Yeah, it's just a big bluegill. All right. Hey folks, I was actually hoping to catch a bullhead or two during this episode, but it was at noon instead of nighttime. You're not a bullhead. And that thing bit a little bit harder. Sooner or later I'm gonna catch a bullhead. Oh, sorry dude, I didn't mean to make you fall like that. Maybe we'll catch a bass, you never know. Just here it feels pretty significant. Ooh, what is it? Big bluegill. Can't tell what it is. Ooh, big bluegill. All right, you're pretty. Anything else down there that'll bite besides bluegill? Nothing that I have anything against you. I'm just trying to catch some different types of fish here. I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go to a river system. Yep, some crazy bluegills biting on just about every cast here, folks. So be nice if it was a bass or something different, you know, but I might have to cast to a different area. They're putting up good fights though. Good fighting bluegill, that's for sure. Got a big worm coming out of his mouth. Oh, he's really putting up a fight, folks. He's a good sized one. I'm using like a drop shot. Oh, he's a real big one. Holy moly, look at the size of that thing. I'm using a drop shot here, folks, and he took it good, but he didn't take my worm, which is even better. Jeez, didn't mean to drop you like that, dude. Still got my worm here. All right, get this out of here. That goes out like this. Bring this up like this. All right. Yeah. Oh, what is this? This might be one. This may be one, folks. It looked like a bullhead. See if it is or not. Can't tell. Nah, I don't think it is. No, it's another bluegill. When I first saw it, I thought it might be a bullhead. Just another massive blue. Oh no, that's a pumpkin seed. Okay, all right. At least you're a different species. See, folks, this is a pumpkin seed, not a bluegill. There we go. See, you can tell by that there and the pretty colors on them. All right, but I'm not gonna drop you too hard like I did that last one. They're really biting here, folks. I'm just tearing up on these things. Just using a night crawler here. Every cast. Oh. Oh, I was gonna try to get that worm. That worm just fell out right before shore. Oh, something else will get it, I'm sure, but I was gonna use it again. All right. Bluegill, barely hooked. You stole my worm now. When you go back down there and eat the rest of it, on me. See, he barely took the hook, but he did it enough to. All right, see you, buddy. Got another one here, folks. Every cast, literally. You don't even have to let it sit for a second. They're all over the place out there. Just gonna keep casting until I see if something different bites. It happens, you know. You catch all these bluegill and all of a sudden you pull up a bass or you pull up something else, and geez, this guy took it good. I'm just gonna let it sit there for a little while. Something's messing with it. I can tell it's a bluegill. I'm hoping maybe something else comes and steals it from the bluegill. See how it's biting? That's a bluegill, folks. But you never know. Sometimes the bullhead and the catfish, they like to play with it for a while, so we're gonna give this guy the benefit of the doubt here for a few seconds. Oh, he's actually on here. Okay. Yeah. Looks pretty good size, but it's definitely not a bullhead, I don't think. I don't know what it is. Probably another bluegill, but he's fighting good. Whatever this is, it feels pretty heavy. Big old bluegill. All right. Actually, it might be a big old pumpkin seed. Oh my lord. It's a big old pumpkin seed. All right. All right. That one there feels hit pretty hard. I don't know what it is. Probably another bluegill, but man, he hit hard. I can't see him. I don't know where he's at. I don't even know where my line is. Feel like he's putting up a good fight. That's a big bluegill. All right. Another big one. Another monster one. Hooked him good, good. Oh, here he comes. I thought he was going to go out of the water, which would have indicated he was a bass, but it's definitely, I definitely think it's a, yeah, another bluegill. So folks, sometimes this is just relaxing, coming out here and catching these panfish. It's just a nice way to relax, you know, and great way to spend some time with your children, particularly if your children are young, or, you know, if you're not an experienced angler. Anybody can do this and have fun. Just go to a local pond and cast from shore, and you're probably going to catch a few of these things. I mean, it's not, you know, bluegills are pretty much prevalent throughout most of the U.S. as far as I know. Obviously in the Northeast there's tons of them, but in the South there is too. And in the South you get the long-eared sunfish. Those are fun to catch. And you also get the red-eared sunfish, commonly known as a shell cracker, and those are fun too. Around here you get the pumpkinseed and the bluegill. Not too much else in terms of those types of sunfish. But there are other fish you can catch from shore using just a night crawler. You don't have to spend an arm and a leg. Just go to your local gas station and pick up a dozen night crawlers. So let's see what's biting here. There we go, folks. Another bluegill appears. I'm not even sure what I'm gonna do with all this footage, folks. Maybe just put on there for fun panfish episode. This guy's putting up a good fight. But I'm going to come back here in a couple hours. When I'm done with all these night crawlers, I'm going to go get some minnows. I'm going to see what's biting in this place with just a drop shot and minnows. Well, folks, I was thinking about coming back later in the day, but I'm going to be fishing a lot during the next few weeks. So I decided just to call it a day and enjoy what I caught. Pumpkinseed. Oh, sorry, buddy. Sorry about that. Yep. Another bluegill. These are good sized fish, folks. So folks, I'm probably gonna leave here pretty soon, and I don't know, I may get some minnows, and I might fish later on. I'm not sure. Probably won't add anything to this episode. There we go. That's a nice fish. That's a nice sunfish there. Yeah, that's a big one. Oh no, it's a bass. All right, bass. See if I can land this fish. I like catching bass on live bait, folks. It doesn't happen too often, especially worms. You catch shiners on bass, but get over here so I can land him. Nice. All right. You don't see that too often. A largemouth biting on a, he didn't even bite it. Look, He didn't even bite the hook. He just had it in his mouth and he was holding it. Well, if you're gonna be a largemouth that survives a lot, you got to be a little smarter than that, right? Let it go next time. No more free advice. All right, see you, buddy. Well, just some fun things you can do, folks, with a drop shot here, and it doesn't take much, right? Oh, I still have bait. Oh, maybe I'll cast out another time, but I was gonna call today. But you can see you got your little weight down here, and then you got your worm up here, and any kind of fish will go for that. That's in the market for a night crawler, you know, depending upon where you're at. I mean, don't expect to catch a ton of bass using this, folks. This is more of a panfish, or, you know, maybe stock trout type of thing. Kind of lucky to catch a bass on it, but hey, it's funny catching them on live bait. I hardly ever use live bait for bass. Wayne won't be happy. Some of these techniques, folks, they're simple, but you know, if you don't know them, you don't know them. It's not like everybody in the world grew up fishing, and I've run into a lot of people that are very, very interested in fishing, but they're intimidated. They're like, oh, I wish I could fish. I don't have the patience for it, and that kind of thing. Well, start out simple. Don't start out fishing for marlin. Start out fishing for other stuff. This guy probably thinks I'm talking to myself here. But, you know, these kind of things, this is a great way to get kids into fishing too. Get them catching panfish, get them catching, you know, whatever's near shore, and they love it. And if you like eating these fish, you can do that too. I don't generally eat sunfish or bluegills, although I'm told they're good. I'm just not interested in going through the work. So, here's another thing, folks. If you're new to fishing, see that worm, how it's all torn up and whatnot on there? You don't need to put on a new night crawler. Use some of that worm. Just use a little piece of it, you know, especially for these panfish. You know, you could still use that. Something will bite it, you know, when you're fishing for panfish. See what happens. See if something will go for it. See people, oh, he took my worm and I still got half a worm on there. Well, that's, you know, if you're out fishing for like striper and it takes half your eel or something like that, that's one thing. But when you're fishing for worms and stuff like that, or fishing for bluegills and stuff like that, you can use a partial worm, no problem. So folks, we're gonna use these. I ran out of night crawlers, but let's see if you'll see Wayne using this out on a boat quite a bit, mostly for smallmouth, but other fish will bite on it on the drop shot. So okay, we're gonna wind this in real quick. Pretty much ran out of worms here, folks. As you can see, I had about a dozen of these things, and like, oh well, I got a little bit left. Didn't even see him in there, but you can see I could even use this for bait. That'll catch whatever we're looking for. But yeah, we're gonna use this. Let's see. The thought is, folks, you got on the drop shot, you got the weight down here, depending upon how, you know, whether you're fishing in a river system or a lake, you know, and then you put this on like this, like so, and we'll throw this out there and see if anything goes for it. All right, folks, got one here. Oh, geez, I don't know what that is. Looks like another one. All right, he bit hard. So folks, that one I caught on the artificial drop shot, and what I was doing is, I'll show you here in a moment after I let this fish go, but this is an artificial gulp type of thing. I don't know, see, and Wayne uses this, and I do too, but it's power bait, Berkeley power bait, but this is perfect for a drop shot, folks. If you don't. Well, folks, I hope you enjoyed that episode of Rick Simon Fishing Adventures. We caught some really nice panfish on that episode, and this is a strategy that I use as it gets hotter. Not only as it gets hotter for panfish fishing in the summer, but also brightness. Brightness is the thing that I think really affects panfish the most. Whenever it's bright, they're going to be in deeper water. Heat, yeah, I've seen them, you know, go deeper due to heat, but that's usually bigger fish that go deeper in the water due to heat. Most of it's lighting with panfish. That's just my experience. So again, using a drop shot, you're in the middle of the water column, not at the bottom like if you're fishing for other fish. So Hope you enjoyed this episode, folks, and this is just another strategy for you to use, and I hope that you utilize it and have success with it. So thanks for watching the show, folks, and we'll talk to you on the next one. Have a great day.